Deontay Wilder decided to discuss his personal life on the Cigar Room podcast, and he was discussing how his step-parenting led to the removal of his stepson from his will.
I took the role of being your son father, not just a daddy, but a father.
Right.
I went in so hard, bro. I went in so hard to the point where I put them on my wheel. I had a meeting with my kids. I said, how y'all feel if I scooch y'all over? I scoot over a little slide and let somebody else get a little bit up. Yeah. And my kids are amazing. They my best friends. And they was down with it. So I moved a little space over and added her son in. I'm like, you ain't even my son for real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, that has to take a toll.
I put her in my wheel as well too. Yeah. You was just my girlfriend. You ain't even my wife.
I hope that still ain't dead now.
Yeah, man. I
hope that still ain't.
One time the dude told me. One time the son said, "You ain't my daddy." Now that's one thing you don't say to a man that ain't your daddy. Don't remind him that you ain't his daddy. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? Don't remind me that.
I know that, but you ain't got.
Right. After I done fed you, took you on all these trips, giving you a beautiful life. Yeah. I ain't your daddy. I put you on my wheel. Bro, when he did that, bro, I ran to my lawyer then to try to get that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I felt like I was finna have a heart attack. Seriously.
So that was Deontay Wilder basically explaining the joys of being a stepfather. And just giving a reminder for, certain childless people to, not be out here dedicating your lives to step parenting, because sometimes it can be an act of total ungratefulness.
Now, I believe him and the woman are no longer together, but it made me stop to ask the question, what are the benefits to a man who becomes a stepfather? Number one, it's not your child. Number two, you have no rights to that child. Number three, any kind of situation where there's discipline needed, you are not the one to give it. And the biggest drawback is that you are raising another man's legacy.
So yeah, that was Deontay Wilder just discussing an incident he had with his previous fiancée, who eventually left him for an NFL player, and also decided to put accusations against him of violence during the relationship. So no good deed goes unpunished out here in the role of being a stepdaddy.
She is saying that over the course of their relationship since 2018, he has choked her out about 5 times. Okay, this man is 6'7", and he has said that he has verbally abused her, also taken her computer, hacked it, and messaged professional and personal contacts in her phone, in her computer.
So I think that was just an interesting story to tell, and it's also igniting a fear lots and lots of men may have about step parenting.
Yeah, it's hard being a stepdaddy.
Yes, it is.
I tell you, my baby mamas is something else.
Yes, tell us more, Kelly.
It's so hard. It's so hard. They expect things out of you that the daddy should be doing.
So as you see, Deontay tried his best to incorporate his son and his girl. By the way, that wasn't even his wife yet.
Have you ever played the stepdaddy role?
I did. I tried it. Didn't work.
You tried the stepdaddy role too?
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
I mean, I've done. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have done it. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? It has its ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But that one. How old was the kid? The child that's in question. Yeah, how old was he?
I want to say the kid was maybe a teenager.
Oh yeah, there's no excuse for that. Yeah, that's ungrateful. There's no excuse for that one.
But he only followed his mama lead.
Yeah.
Telli Swift and her son on his multi-million-dollar wheel, just for this little turn around and tell his man, "You ain't my daddy." It's partly the mama's fault because she's supposed to explain the situation and the position that they are in and the man that she's dealing with to her child. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, if she's telling the truth, she's telling him, okay, this ain't your real daddy, but he taking care of us, he love us, like all this type of shit. For the child can at least try to take that into consideration before they say what they say. Because I know some people that have said that before to step parents and they end up regretting it.
Ooh.
If he came out his mouth like that, he following his mama's lead. And you did report it said that she left him for an NFL player. So there you go.
And look, we gonna have real talk right now, and this is for all. This is for all women, for all the women listening right now. When you tell men certain things, regardless of if you meant it or not, once it is said, it's going to stick with that man forever.
I agree with that.
And there are certain things that if you tell a man, the first thing you tell a man is the baby's not yours.
Oh, see, no, even if do that.
You never ever
do that.
put that in the air.
Don't put that down.
Never put that one. Never put that in the air. And the one where you're not my daddy, that one definitely you will never forget that. You will always remember when that child told you that you were not his father.
Should you take somebody out the will after you put them in the will?
But if somebody's telling you you're not their father, man, take them out the will.
Yo, Polly, what say you about this situation and taking the boy out the will after you put him in the will?
It's not even up for discussion.
Certain things men don't forget, and those are two of the biggest things. Oh, and that I wasn't with him last night. Look, those are the three of the biggest things. I wasn't with him last night. Those are three of the biggest things that men never, ever forget.
Right.
Never forget.
Right. And as a woman, you shouldn't want to do that.
But
there are women that does. I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. You know, and
when I found out that baby want mine, I had a fit.
Not all women are like that. You know, not saying that all women do things like that. You are out of control. Had a fit. had a complete fit.
Well, who the daddy is, man? I know I was just there. So what the hell?
But yeah, you cannot never tell a man he is not the father. Never as a child.
Not the father. If he ain't the father, you need to tell him shit.
If he asks you in real life, like if we're saying she tells you you're pregnant, and I ask you, am I the father? Yes, that is the time you can tell me I'm not the father.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
That is the time.
That is the time.
That is the only time that you can tell me that I am not the father.
Okay.
After that.
Yeah, well, now I was just going to address the chat. Hershey got to say kids are disrespectful and will say things to test their real parents. The boy didn't lie and was probably spoken from a place of hurt, especially if he's seen his mama hurting behind the guy.
Yes and no. Sometimes if it's true to that, and then not. If this man been in his life, I'm gonna say since he was a little boy, that can be anywhere from a toddler on. He has plenty of examples that this man must have been good enough, because mama wouldn't have been around that long, getting ass whoopings or not, wouldn't have been around that long if he was mistreating her.
Shit. I ain't gonna say that.
There's a lot of relationships with people together now to this day, and they've been getting beat since 1932. You know what I'm saying? To this day, they still get their ass.
I ain't gonna say that.
To this day.
But I'm gonna say that.
So this
like
is
you're saying it can be yes and no.
Okay, so this is where I say I call BS, because for this young man to say that, and how big and what's the word I'm looking for? He's menacing. He come out. He's saying that he had permission, meaning his mom done put the battery in his back to say that shit. Cause no kid gonna come out of their mouth sideways unless if you've been treating them well. This is based off my experience. If you've been treating them well, you've been involved in their life, you've been there for them the most important things. If a child come out of their mouth sideways, and they never done that before, is because the parent giving them the green light to do so. That's the only time a kid would do that.
When you take care of someone else's child like it's your own for such a long time, it becomes your own to you. It becomes your own to you in your heart. It becomes your own to you in your head. And there are moments in life where you're reminded that they're not.
I'm not going to say that because kids are fickle.
Disrespectful kids.
Kids are fickle because sometimes you don't get your
But
way out
if
one time.
I get you,
have you had a conversation with my kids?
If you hold on, I'm getting ready. If he was disrespectful, if the kid was disrespectful, right, he would have never put the young man in his will. That's for him to go run to take him off his will immediately. That was the first time he came out his mouth and said some shit like that, and it hurted him to the core. How it went to where he left from that conversation and took him off.
That's why I say you can't tell a guy that you're not my dad, especially if I'm doing dad-like things.
You know, you doing dad things.
Regardless, you cannot say that.
You live in a lifestyle that you would have never seen, probably would never seen outside of me.
So yeah, that's definitely disrespectful as hell. And
right, I take your ass out too. You disrespect me, and I done did all this.
What you say? Ass. Ran to go get the will altered.
Fuck that.
Nah, ain't nobody getting this money.
To this day.